So in the last video, we looked at installing the mega database. But what does that actually mean for using it in ChessBase 14? Well, after following the instructions in that previous video, when you next open ChessBase 14, you'll see something like this. So here is the icon for the mega database. Now, this appears in the database window. When we click on that, you'll see that the games in the mega database appear in the database preview window, the game window. Now, you can see up to 41 games there. But you'll know when you buy the mega database, there's considerably more games than that. If we double click on the mega database, it opens up an entirely new window and just gives you an idea of how many games. There we've got nearly 6.5 million of them. So to see them in this window, we have to scroll down. You can scroll down all the way down to the bottom to some of the latest games from the FIDE World Cup played at the end of 2015 there. If we close that, go back to the window we were looking at. Again, you can scroll down in the game window if you like to. But the nice thing about doing it in this window rather than its own window, here we are, you can actually click on a game and then play through it here. This is the preview window. This is what I talked about in one of the earlier videos. So as I say, you can open the mega database and play through it here in the preview window in this part, or you can just have it in the main ChessBase 14 window and play through those games over here. What else can you do? Well, one of the things that we installed in the previous video was the Player Encyclopedia. You can see here under the Home tab there's an option to list Player Encyclopedia. If you click on that, you'll suddenly get a list of all the players that appear in the ChessBase Player Encyclopedia. You can see here again we've got nearly 400,000 players. So let's, how do we search the Player Encyclopedia? Well, let's say we want to search. We can click on this box down here at the bottom left. Search for a particular player. I'm going to choose my ChessBase video co-host, International Master Lauren da Costa. If I do the D''C, the beginning of his name, already you can see we've got two da Costas there, Leston and Lauren. If I just fill in a few more letters, then it should actually lower the number of people that you see in the list. Da Costa takes us here to Lauren da Costa. Double click on that, and there we are. Look at him. One of my favourite photos of him there. He's going to be really glad that I showed you this one. So that's the Player Encyclopedia and the mega database. So that gives you an idea of what you can do when you've got those installed. Now, the last thing we're going to talk about in this video is setting your reference database. What do I mean by that? Well, I'll go into it in more detail, but you should usually use the one that's your biggest database. As I said, we've got well over 6 million games in the mega database, so we want to set it as our reference database. The easiest way to do that is right-click, hit Properties, then tick this box for Reference Database. So let me just show you that again. Right-click on the mega database icon, scroll down to Properties, left-click, and then we click the box next to Reference DB, Reference Database. That changes the icon to Reference, and we click on OK. So that's now set to our reference database, and we're going to use that a lot in our future functionality. So that gives you just a little bit of an idea. It's an introduction to viewing the mega database in ChessBase 14.